Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Haley is on assignment this evening. Our top story tonight, Bradenton city officials turning up their discussion on noise. The city is considering drafting a new ordinance that would be more beneficial for some of the places that have live entertainment. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from Old Main Street in downtown Bradenton with more on the story tonight. Rick?
Yes, Scott, this is one of the areas that would be affected. The music here could soon get a little louder. The push is on in Bradenton to allow music to be played at a louder level at later hours in a few designated areas of the city. Brian is a Lakewood Ranch resident who visits downtown Bradenton frequently. He's all for improving the noise ordinance that's in place. Under the current ordinance, noise can't exceed 65 decibels and needs to be cut off by 10 p.m.
To shut it down early is ridiculous. And to make people be quiet is also ridiculous.
What city officials are discussing now is raising the noise level limit to 75 decibels on Fridays and Saturdays and pushing the cutoff time to midnight or 1 a.m. The new noise ordinance would affect Old Main Street, 9th Street West, which is where the Motorworks Brewery is located, and 9th Street East around Manatee Avenue.
The council and staff have the unenviable position of having to balance the needs of the residents and also of the business owners who are given downtown and certain areas of nightlife.
One of the places that would most likely benefit from a new noise ordinance is McCabe's Irish Pub here on Old Main Street in Bradenton. Their bands would be able to play a little louder a little later. In addition to McCabe's, there are a few other places on Old Main Street that feature live entertainment. This new ordinance would also affect the many special events that take place there. Although the popular O'Brick's Irish Pub and Martini Bar typically doesn't have live entertainment, one of the owners, Rick Willett, says a new noise ordinance is a good thing for Bradenton.
This downtown is expanding, and there's other businesses I know that would like to come in here, and there's some that existing that would, I think, benefit.
This new noise ordinance still has many steps to go through. City officials say it may not be ready to go into effect until later this year. And the next step with all this is the drawing up of a new ordinance. That's expected to happen within the next few weeks. Reporting live from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams. Scott, back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you. Venice police are investigating a fatal accident. An elderly man killed while walking near a senior living facility. Fire and rescue responded to the accident on Aston Gardens Drive around 12:30 this afternoon. Police say a man in his 90s was walking near the entrance of the senior living center when he was hit by a pickup truck. The victim was flown to Sarasota Memorial Hospital but later died. The driver of the truck was not hurt. Police are still notifying family members and have not released the victim's name yet. Late this afternoon, a Sarasota County man sentenced to life in prison for a home invasion. Last month, Christian Theodore was found guilty of first-degree murder and home invasion with a deadly weapon for killing 25-year-old Jonathan Jeffrey. Investigators say Theodore and two other men broke into Jeffrey's home in late 2014. They tied him up with his wife and demanded drugs and money. Jeffrey was then shot in the head. Today, Theodore was sentenced to life in prison on the home invasion charge. A separate sentencing hearing will be held in May on that murder charge. The other two suspects involved in the crime accepted plea deals and have already been sentenced to life in prison as well. An Englewood man is accused of stealing items from a home and money from an animal hospital. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say they began investigating James O'Neill on December 1st. They say O'Neill's mother reported several tools and accessories were stolen from her home, and she suspected her son. Deputies began investigating and confirmed he had pawned the items. About a month later, detectives received a report of a burglary at Englewood Animal Rescue Sanctuary, or EARS, where 6 checks were stolen. Deputies say O'Neill's mother had worked at EARS, and O'Neill admitted to stealing her key. He was found with several of EARS checks. O'Neill is being held now without bond. The 3rd annual Bradenton Area River Regatta is kicking off with a giant splash. This little water stunt on the Manatee River today, taking place during a news conference on this year's River Regatta. Lots of fun events are planned, including powerboat racing, some of the fastest jet skiers in the world, hydrocross racing, and live music and a fireworks show. The free event takes place along the Manatee River between Bradenton and Palmetto. The mayor of Palmetto says there will be plenty to do on both sides.
We're looking forward to the community coming and visiting Palmetto. There's a lot of events on both sides, and a lot of our businesses thrive learned so much during this event. And you know what they say, the third time's a charm.
Bradenton Area River Regatta will take place Saturday, February 4th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The event is free. We're hoping for better weather for them this year. I think they had some rain last year for that event, but really nice day on the Suncoast today. And here's Bob with more.
Yeah, I remember that driving by there. Lots of rainfall fell during that event, but not much lately. It's been dry here. Guess what? Things are going to change big time over the weekend. On Sunday specifically, we are going to see some strong storms, heavy rainfall, and even the potential for some severe weather. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. 71 degrees right now. We have some clouds that have moved in, and the dew point temperature is still high, so temperatures are going to stay warm. Overnight, the possibility of some fog forming is a real possibility, and it could be rather thick in some areas. 64 degrees by 11 o'clock tonight, so staying warm right through the evening. If you have any evening plans, should not be a factor at all. As far as the overall picture goes, this little disturbance that you see here is not the storm that's going to bring us the rough weather on Sunday, but the subtropical jet stream, you can see it's very active through Mexico and is extending all the way up into the lower Mississippi Valley. That is going to be generating an area of low pressure that will move on through very swiftly across the deep south, which will bring us a good chance for showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, some of which could turn severe. We'll have more on that. Let you know about also red tide, which is still making a comeback now over North Sarasota County. More on that coming up in a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. At this time tomorrow, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. Right now at the Lincoln Memorial, a welcome party is taking place for Trump and his family. These are live images of the huge crowd gathered there and the music happening right now. The President-elect arrived just a short time ago at the memorial. He's expected to speak in about a half an hour, all leading up to the big inauguration tomorrow. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us the preparations.
The president-elect arriving in Washington, D.C., going straight to a leadership luncheon at his own Trump International Hotel.
I want to thank everybody. We've had such great support.
The inauguration events then officially beginning. Donald Trump alongside Vice President-elect Mike Pence laying a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. The solemn tradition followed by the start of the celebrations with a Make America Great Again concert at the Lincoln Memorial. Now just hours from becoming America's 45th president when he takes the oath of office here outside of the Capitol, Trump is said to be finalizing his inaugural speech.
It's going to be a very personal and sincere statement about his vision for the country.
Trump tweeting today, the journey begins, as this tweet from First Lady Michelle Obama shares her gratitude and reflection as President Barack Obama spends his last full day in office. And tonight, Trump will stay in the presidential guest house before moving into the White House tomorrow. He'll spend the first night there with his entire family after a full day of events, including the ceremony here, the parade, and the inaugural balls. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Washington.
Thank you, Marcy. ABC 7 will bring you live, continuous coverage of the inauguration tomorrow, starting with a special Good Morning America from 7 a.m. until 11 a.m. ABC News will then cover the inauguration until 4 p.m., so we will not air our new newscast tomorrow. But we will have a complete wrap-up of the events in our evening newscast beginning at 5 and then again at 6 and 11. ABC 7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now with news of another down day on Wall Street. Richard.
Scott, there's no other way to put it. It is a down day, but the loss for the day was nowhere near the low of the day. About 2 o'clock this afternoon, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down by 126 points. No specific area of weakness, although, of course, with President-elect Trump becoming president tomorrow, many are concerned that it won't be too long before we see higher interest rates that might, I say might, relate to a lower stock market. That being said, the Dow has been down 5 days in a row, and today's close is the lowest we've seen in the past 6 weeks. So let's look at the numbers, and really they aren't so bad. There you see the Dow down 72 points, not even 0.4%, closing at 19,732.40. That on volume of 688 million shares. The Nasdaq, which had been up 10 out of the last 12 days, not today, down 15.5 points, just over 1/4%, closing at 5,540.08. That on volume of 1,739 million shares. And the S&P, just like the Dow, down less than 0.4%, just over 8 points, closing at 2,263.69. Pizza Hut, the largest seller of pizza in the world, is going to be selling even more pizza. The company today said it will be hiring a total of 10,000 people. Some of those will be pizza makers, some will be delivery people, and some will be store managers. They're going to increase the number of their outstanding stores by more than 20%. That, my friends, is a lot of pizza. The company's stock was kind of sideways today. And do remember, Yum Brands is not only Pizza Hut, it is also Taco Bell, and it is KFC, as in Kentucky Fried Chicken. And Scott, that company has been growing and continues to grow, and it looks like pizza is pretty much a popular item all around the world.
We love our pizza here in America,
Yes, we
that's
do.
for sure, especially at Super Bowl Sunday. Netflix in the news today.
Yes, very well. Down day, but an up day for Netflix, up by more than 4% after the company announced only its best quarter ever. Talk about popular, Scott. Netflix is figuring it out.
They sure are, and they have a lot of programming that's not only winning awards, but its audiences are really growing, that's for sure.
Absolutely why they had their best quarter.
Yeah, it all makes sense. Richard, thanks so much for the update.
You're welcome, Scott. Thanks.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, outrage over a video involving a dog and choppy waters leads to a movie boycott. Controversy over this film. Plus, we'll get back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. He'll have our full weather forecast, look ahead to the upcoming weekend. Plus, a milk that can cure ailments. Coming up in Health Smart, why the FDA says to take this health fad with a grain of salt.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
So get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And Subaru had the best resale value of all brands for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
A new film is being promoted as a heartwarming story, but many people are boycotting the movie A Dog's Purpose after a video surfaced showing the mistreatment of a dog used in the film. That video shows one of the dogs being forced to enter choppy waters. Despite being visibly frightened, the German Shepherd continues to struggle to stay afloat as cameras are rolling. TMZ first published the video, and they say a representative from the American Humane Organization, which oversees film production in the U.S. to ensure animal safety, was present when the incident took place. That representative has since been put on administrative leave. PETA immediately condemned the video and is now calling for people to avoid seeing the movie. Some animal lovers here on the Suncoast say the video is disturbing.
I think that's absolutely horrible. I mean, you shouldn't make an animal do something they don't want to do. They should have picked a lab or a dog that, you know, more water friendly. German Shepherds typically don't like the water, you know, so I just think that's horrible.
Expect this dog to be an actor and know how to do this, to me, is tantamount to pushing somebody into water, a human that doesn't know how to swim and has a huge fear of the water.
According to TMZ's report, the incident took place in November of 2015. The actor who voices the dog in the movie, Josh Gad, says he's now asking for an explanation of the video as an investigation remains ongoing. Dozens of viewers are commenting about this controversial dog video. If you'd like to join in on that conversation, you can go to ABC 7 Sarasota Facebook page. Let's talk about the weather now. Really nice day on the Suncoast, warm. And I guess we hit 80 again, huh?
Yeah, we hit 80 again in some areas. We look to see temperatures a little bit below 80 tomorrow, a little bit more cloud cover coming in, but all in all, above average temperatures anticipated as we move through the weekend and beyond. There's some sunshine there at Lakewood Ranch. You can see that quite a bit of sunny conditions all up and down the Suncoast through the early afternoon, and then the clouds moved in. The clouds not containing any rainfall at this point, but we are looking at temperatures kind of stopping into the upper 70s for the most part. As I mentioned, though, there were some low 80s. Weather headlines read like this. More fog overnight. We had some fog around this morning. It was a little bit thicker to the north of us. Severe storms are possible on Sunday right now. We'll get to more of that in a little bit, but the severe storm timing, it looks like late Sunday afternoon through Sunday evening and possibly just after midnight. That's what the timing looks like right now, but a lot can change in 3 days. So we'll monitor this very closely. Right now, it's a pretty good likelihood that we are going to see some severe weather around parts of west central Florida, and there's an outside chance of an isolated tornado. Right now, the tornado threat is not all that high at this point. Coastal flooding will be a concern too over the weekend. We're going to have the strong southwesterly wind out ahead of the front, which will actually pile the water up along the coastline here. So tides will be running about 3 feet above average, and that'll be beginning late Saturday and into all of Sunday. So that'll be something to watch. No rain around here, as I mentioned, at present, and we don't anticipate any rainfall for us tonight. Out to the west and north of us, there's still this little fast-moving system that is moving through parts of Mississippi now into Alabama. This is not the low pressure that's going to bring us the rough weather. This will move on quickly. We're in kind of a progressive pattern right now with a very active subtropical jet stream, a fast stream of moving air from southwest to northeast. And in that jet stream, we're going to see an upper level low develop with a surface reflection, which will bring a strong cold front our way. And that strong cold front will have a little bit of a prefrontal trough out ahead of it. And that's the reason why everything's kind of pushed up a little bit now into Sunday afternoon. 71 degrees right now. We have some clouds around. Dew point is at 62. Winds out of the south-southwest at 10. The pressure is still fairly high. That is slowly inching, though, to the east right now. 76 the current temp in Jacksonville. 79 in Miami and Orlando, 79 degrees. So temperatures are much warmer as you move inland. 80 degrees in Sebring, 81 degrees now at Lake Placid, 72 in Venice. The Gulf water temperature warm, 69 degrees. Typically this time of year, a water temperature for the Gulf right around 60 degrees or even into the upper 50s. Friday's hourly forecast checks like this. Temperatures still above average, but not as warm because of increased cloud cover. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day, and then no real threat of any rainfall for us here. Some showers to the north of us, but no rain anticipated on Friday for us. Well, this storm system will bring some rainfall into the nation's capital tomorrow, so let the dodge a few showers there. It's not going to be snow, it's going to be rain. Central U.S. fairly quiet. Another storm system bringing some rough weather into California, as you see right there from Los Angeles to San Francisco. This is the RPM forecast model. There's, again, Washington, the nation's capital. As we move through time, you'll see that rain moving in right around the noon hour. Scattered showers. It's not going to be a washout, but we will see a few spotty showers now and again throughout the day in the nation's capital. For our temperatures right now, a much milder day across most of the United States. There's no real threat of any significantly cold weather outbreak across the entire U.S. at this time. As far as boating is concerned, a little bit breezier out there. South winds at 10 knots. Seas will be 2 feet with a light chop. We're going to need some reports of red tide still rolling in rather thick. I know we saw a few dead fish coming in from the bay in New Pass yesterday. It's a little thicker today with that west to southwest wind. Low tide at 1:38 after midnight. The forecast, partly cloudy, mild, 62 for a low. Tomorrow, breezy, warm, 77, mostly sunny, and the extended forecast. Breezy on Saturday and then increasing clouds on Sunday, showers and storms, some strong late Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Turning a little bit cooler, but just for a short period of time. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, no crashes in the area, but we are seeing I-75 backed up in a typical busy area right near the Fruitville Road exit and to the north of there. Slow going in that area. In health news tonight, the FDA is issuing a warning to veterinarians and pet owners about the toxicity of a topical skin cancer cream that has killed 5 dogs who ingested the product. The agency says the dogs died after being exposed to the human medication marketed under the brand names Carac, Effudex, and Fluoroplex. Even small amounts of the cream can be dangerous if pets get a hold of it, so it's recommended people store it out of reach and properly dispose of any parts of the packaging that may have touched that cream. Just the latest in a long list of health fads. Now it's camel milk. A California company, Desert Farms, has been boasting that its camel milk can treat many ailments from allergies to Crohn's disease. And it's not cheap at about $18 a pint. But the Food and Drug Administration has written a letter warning the founder that his company needs to stop marketing the milk as a medicinal product. Also, the FDA and CDC have standing public warnings against unpasteurized raw milk because of possible bacteria contamination. Well, as many as 1 in 3 adults diagnosed with asthma may not actually have the chronic lung disorder. That's according to a Canadian study published in JAMA. Researchers did lung function tests on more than 600 adults who had been diagnosed with asthma within the past 5 years. The evaluations ruled out asthma in 33% of the study participants. Researchers say some of these patients were misdiagnosed to begin with, and they had conditions other than asthma. Some did have asthma, but it was in remission. Doctors say the study reaffirms the need for patients to have the asthma diagnosis confirmed with objective lung function testing. Coming up next, a fireball lights up the early morning skies of a small town, the cause of the flames and the damage it left behind. And how low can you go? Probably not as low as this woman, the latest stunt of a self-proclaimed limbo queen. And you're now looking live at a welcome party in the nation's capital for Donald Trump and his family. The president-elect, expected to speak soon, will join it when he does. Stay with us.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
We consider the first 60 minutes the golden hour, the time that we can do the most to affect how a patient's going to do. I think what motivates all of us is that at the other end of it, we see them, smiling and happy and going back to their families. That's our greatest satisfaction. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is just an amazing place to take care of people.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It may be January, but we live in Florida. So head outdoors for seafood and music at the 2nd Annual Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, happening Saturday and Sunday, January 21st and 22nd from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs, while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Sarasota Seafood and Music Festival, January 21st and 22nd. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough and have plenty of power to handle any job with all the comfort you'd expect in a luxury vehicle. And right now, all 2016 quad cabs are over 20% off, with new Ram trucks starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Rescue crews are hard at work tonight searching for any signs of survivors who were buried in an avalanche. The snow buried a 4-star spa hotel in the mountains of Italy overnight. At least 3 bodies have been recovered, but at least 30 more people are missing. 2 people managed to escape and call for help, but it took hours for responders to arrive at the remote zone because of impassable roads. Vital rescue equipment is being used to push through that snow. That area had earthquakes yesterday. A massive gas line explosion is captured on a police officer's dash cam in Texas. The officers were traveling along a county highway when the enormous fireball shot into the sky. A 26-inch natural gas line ruptured, causing that explosion. The fire was allowed to burn itself out. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but a family who lives nearby was asked to evacuate, just as a precaution. Well, deputies in Wisconsin are trying to figure out who spilled thousands of Skittles across a county highway. Deputies who responded say at first they thought it was a joke until they saw the sticky mess for themselves. But the spilled candy may not be such a bad thing. The road is icy, and highway crews say that the candy is actually making it less slippery. Some nearby homeowners also say it creates a sweet smell every time a car drives over the candy, which explains their sudden craving for Skittles. A self-proclaimed limbo queen is showing everybody how low she can go. Shamika Charles offering a jaw-dropping performance at the waiting area at the Philadelphia airport. Look at that. She managed to lower herself to just mere inches off the floor under the set of seats at the airport gate. Charles is actually the Guinness World Record holder for having the lowest limbo by a female at only 8.5 inches off the ground. That's incredible. Very limber. Still to come in your Suncoast News, a big advancement in the solar industry, how Tesla's new Powerwall works, and how it could help homeowners save money on utility bills. That story just ahead.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our office and ask for Eric Schrock.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500, starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Flooring Depot has been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties for over 20 years with the best products and installation. Flooring Depot offers carpet, tile, hardwood, and more. Before you buy, give us a try. Stop by our showroom or visit us on the web at bestvaluecarpet.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.